Hey guys, good to see you again, and if you're new here, welcome to Simple Happy Zen. My name is Vera. So 15 things that I don't buy anymore or spend lots of money on since adopting a simple minimalist lifestyle. Let's go! So this has been a huge one for me because I used to love to go out shopping without needing anything specific and then just buying things on impulse. And a lot of the times that would lead me to spending a lot more money than I had planned to beforehand, or just buying things that looked really good in the store but I hardly ever used afterwards, or buying things just because they were on sale and I kind of let that persuade me into buying things because it was cheaper. And sure, some of these things, these impulse buys are really great and I use them a lot, but a lot of the times I don't really use them that much, or they don't look as good here as they did in the store. So whenever I go out shopping now, I always have a few things that I specifically want or need. And whenever I see something else that I really like, I just take a picture and think about it for a few days instead of buying it right then and there. Second one is magazine subscriptions. I like to read a magazine every now and then about topics that interest me, like yoga or psychology. But I like to just buy them occasionally, whenever I feel like I want to flip through a magazine somewhere. And whenever you do that, you're automatically bombarded with these ads about becoming a subscriber and receiving them regularly. And I just don't want to have to pay for a subscription year in, year out and have another one of those financial commitments in my life. So I just say no to the magazine subscriptions. Number 3, excessive amounts of clothes. Now, I like clothes actually. I like to own beautiful things and feel feminine and confident and all that. So of course I go out shopping for clothes occasionally. But I keep a list of items that I feel like I want or need in my wardrobe, and I get kind of strict with myself when I make that list, because I know now that having way more than enough clothing isn't adding value to my life in any way. In fact, it just makes it more complicated and more cluttered. And another benefit, because I buy less items now, I can spend a little bit more money on each piece of clothing so that I can buy nice things with good quality that will last me a long time. And I now love every piece of clothing that's in my closet. In case items, things that you get into your home in case you might need them someday for something specific, like getting a full dining set in case you want to throw a big dinner party someday. And I always think if and when that day ever comes, I can just see if I can borrow that specific item from someone. And if that's not possible, then I can always buy it then if it's important to me. But I just feel like there's no room in my home for items that I hardly ever use, if at all. Number 5, exercising. I actually exercise at home now, like 95% of the time. You can get a really good workout using just your own body weight. And there are a lot of free videos on YouTube about that as well to help you out. I also do my yoga here at home, and I just like to exercise at home because it's so convenient. You don't have to go anywhere to work out, and afterwards you can just hop in the shower and continue on with your day. I do sometimes play tennis when it's nice and sunny out, and that's kind of difficult to do at home, so I do that, but otherwise I don't spend any money on exercising. Number 6, I only replace things that need replacing, and I usually take pretty good care of my stuff, so that's not very often. Whenever I get bored with something, I just place it somewhere else or try to change some things around and see if I can see it in a new light instead of buying something new and replacing it. And this goes for furniture, clothing, home accessories, etc. This saves me a lot of money. I used to go out shopping like crazy for souvenirs when I was on vacation, and I have things in my home from Iceland, Japan, all kinds of beautiful places, but I felt like enough is enough. So I just decided to stop buying all those souvenirs. Also saves me some money in the vacation budget. And the only things that I still buy are refrigerator magnets. They're small, they're cheap, they're fun. I just like them. They remind me of the great times I had there. And I especially like those really tacky ones. I don't know about you, but I love cooking, and I used to have all these vegetarian cookbooks around. But now, of course, you don't need any of that. You can find everything you need online. So whenever I see a recipe that I'm interested in a magazine or something, I just take a picture and save it that way. How convenient. Number 9, not having a car is a big money saver for me. Of course, the cost for the car itself, but also the gas, parking, insurance, repairs. I don't have to worry about any of that. I just use public transportation, which is a lot cheaper, obviously. And I also like to ride my bike everywhere or simply walk everywhere if it's possible. And not having a car also makes my life a lot simpler because I don't have yet another thing to take care of and maintain. Of course, this is not for everybody, I understand that, but for me it just feels really good. DVDs, Blu-rays, CDs, I'm a big fan of music and movies also. And I remember I used to have these big boxes that held all my CDs and my DVDs. And I also remember moving to this apartment 5 years ago, carrying all these heavy boxes with me. And now, of course, with Netflix and Spotify, I'm very happy that I don't need to keep all that stuff around anymore. So I gave a lot of them away to family and friends, and I sold the rest of them. And I don't ever buy any new ones, with one exception, and that's these. These Blu-rays are Studio Ghibli movies. I'm a really big Studio Ghibli fan. I've watched these movies over and over again, and it's something you really can't find on Netflix, for example. So I like to have that option still and keep them around. Number 11, loans and payment plans. I always like to save up money beforehand and then buying something all at once, straight away, instead of going for a loan or a payment plan. You have to wait a little bit longer this way, but it's just so much simpler and so much cheaper. You don't have to pay any interest, and again, it saves me another financial complication in my life. Whenever I have to get a new phone, I always go for the one that's second or third to the latest model. And these models are a lot cheaper. They have great cameras still nowadays, and they fulfill my needs just as well, but they save me a lot of money. And after 2 years, if the phone is still working properly, I usually get a SIM only. That's really cheap and also very flexible. And I just don't want to have to spend 50 or 60 euros each month just so I can have the newest phone. I love accessories as much as any other woman, I guess. But whenever I buy accessories, I'm always very mindful of the price, because I feel like after a certain price, the quality doesn't really respond to the price anymore, and you're just mostly paying for the brand. And I would just rather save that money and spend it on something else instead of a really expensive necklace or a really expensive purse or whatever. You ever notice that whenever there's a new popular gadget, that people just start buying them one after another? At the office I used to work at was the same with Fitbits. People just had to have them, even people that weren't so much into exercise at all. And with these things I always ask myself, would I also buy this if it wasn't popular right now, if I wasn't seeing them on everyone I knew and every corner? And if the answer is no, then I don't join the hype and I don't buy them. Number 15, last but not least, anniversary gifts. My boyfriend and I have been together for many years already, and we've had a few of those anniversaries already. And instead of buying each other a gift or stuff, we usually just spend the day together, go out, do something fun to commemorate this day, and we just enjoy that so much more than getting expensive jewelry or expensive presents or whatever. Last year we took a trip to the beach, we went to see a musical, The Lion King was really great, and we just had so much fun, and it's so much better than getting stuff. What do you no longer buy? Share it with me and everyone else in the comment section down below. Please like the video if you liked it, it really helps me out. And of course, if you haven't hit the subscribe button yet, then please consider doing so to get an update on when I've posted a new video, which I do every week. I hope to see you again next time, and for now, have a great rest of your day. Bye bye.